talk and text line. That's FEMA, F-E-M-A, to 855-616-1620. And the Warren's Cranberry Fest has entered its 52nd year with more than 120,000 visitors. But President of the Cranberry Fest Board, Deanna Donaldson, says the festival started from humble beginnings.
Back in 1973, we had money left over from a centennial party that we had here, and they didn't know what to do, so they decided to promote cranberries. And so they had the first Cran Fest, and more people came, and then it just kept growing and growing and growing.
Donaldson says the three-day festival helps bring in $14.3 million every year for the state of Wisconsin. Sports, traffic, weather, and next Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 9:04.
Home is where the heart is. It's also where your comfort matters most. Old windows from 20 years old to the Ice Age are failing, letting in the summer heat or soon to be letting in the winter cold. Old windows let in the noise, dust, and even pollen. It's time for an upgrade. At Siding Unlimited, we install beautiful, energy-efficient Pella windows that keep your family comfortable and cozy all year round. Siding Unlimited's expert team is 5-time National Platinum Premier Pella Certified Contractor of the Year. 5 big wins proving we're the best. Knowing you'll enjoy a smooth, hassle-free installation that will perform and provide comfort and lasting savings on your energy bills. For siding, roofing, windows, and doors, let Milwaukee's National Contractor of the Year, Siding Unlimited, give you a free estimate and start the process. Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers lost to the Cincinnati Reds 3-1 Friday night. The Brew Crew need one more win to secure the top seed in Major League Baseball and have home field advantage in the postseason. Game 2 of the final series of the season is tonight at 6:15. Our Brewers coverage starts at 5 p.m. with Brewers Warmup right here on WTMJ. And the Packers are in Dallas to take on the Cowboys Sunday night. The Packers have won the last 5 matchups against the Cowboys. All right, taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. We've got one incident on the road. Got disabled vehicle on the exit to 25th Street and Clybourne Street from I-94 West. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Every Monday and Thursday, buy one pizza, get a second pizza absolutely free at the Mineshaft Family Restaurant in downtown Hartford. Google the Mineshaft today.
All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday is going to be mostly sunny and warm with a high of 82 degrees. Tonight's going to be clear with a low of 61 degrees. Sunday is going to be sunny and beautiful with a high of 74 near the lake and 80 degrees inland. Monday is going to be sunny and warm with a high of 80 degrees. Tuesday is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 75 near the lake and 80 degrees inland. And Wednesday is going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 69 and a low of 58 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's currently 65 degrees. Out in Green Bay, it's 61 degrees. Over in Waukesha, it's 63 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's 62 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:08.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, I'm on vacation every single day, every single day.
It's been a few weeks since we've been in the studio together. You were on a trip, and then last week you were at the big event. We have a lot to catch up on, Rose Gray.
What did you do with your 1 hour that you didn't have to work last week?
I went and cleaned the house.
Oh,
Lucky me.
yay.
We had people coming over. So.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'd much rather have been doing the show.
Yeah, so we had so much fun doing that show at EAA last week.
Sounds like there was quite a bunch of people up there.
It was so much fun, and we're only going to make it bigger and better next year. We already had a debriefing, as we're prone to do after something like that, and we've just got more ideas. So if you missed it, the event was at EAA. It was from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. We broadcast live, meaning Steve Scafidi, myself, and Gene Miller from the event. We had 25 plus, I think, vendors that were there, and people say, actually, what does that mean when you say vendor? So tour company, cruise line, insurance, travel insurance company, but then we also invited Discover Oshkosh and the Appleton Airport, and we wanted to be kind of community-minded as well, since our headquarters at Fox World Travel are in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where we have been for 65 years, since 1960. And so that's where it all started way back in the day, 3 generations ago, family-owned company. And so proud of everybody that was there and worked hard to make this event just spectacular. So if you were there, you know there are deals to be had, many of which end this Friday. So if you were talking to somebody about a trip, it's a good time to get that accomplished this upcoming week.
Speaking of that, and you mentioned Steve Scafidi, when we text FWT to 855-616-1620, what do we get?
You're going to get a link to his trip. And the reason that we're promoting it one last time is because we have to return any unsold rooms to the resort, which is Secrets the Vine. So if you are thinking about going someplace warm and hadn't made a decision yet, Fox World Travel and Steve Scafidi and Apple Vacations and Secrets the Vine probably have a good solution for you. So FWT to 855-616-1620 will get you a link to more information, pricing. You can book it online. You can wait till Monday to do it. But I promise you, we've gotten an extension until 4 p.m. Central Time Monday, the end, hard stop.
Okay, so one trip he promised getting a tattoo on. Is he getting his ears pierced at this one, or tongue pierced, or nose?
You know, it could happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but he's already got the whole tattoo for the November of 26 Hawaii trip all mapped out already. He's got that mapped out, and he's adding some things now, and we don't know what he's going to do. You got to remember what's funny about Scafidi. Well, many things are funny about Scafidi, but what's interesting about Steve Scafidi is he's never been to an all-inclusive resort.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
He's a well-traveled person. In addition to going to Las Vegas about 3 times a year, he has been all over. He and Kathy travel independently as well, but they also do Fox World Travel trips. We've got a Sicily trip that I'll be leaving for on this upcoming Friday. Okay. And we sold out his Hawaiian trip pretty quickly for November of 26. And so we were just having a conversation when we were on his last trip, and he was on Gene Miller's Scotland trip as a guest, and said, hey, you know, I might be interested in doing some warm weather getaway. I said, hey, it's probably going to include an all-inclusive resort. He goes, all right, let's give it a shot.
There you go.
Yeah.
So get on that. FWT, they're coming in. We already got our first get. So try to capitalize it if you can. FWT. Otherwise, you'll get auto-corrected sometimes and you won't get that. So
precisely.
855-616-1620. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we'd love to hear from you. 855-616-1620. It's the same number, ironically.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 42 years. Exec Park has an even greater deal for a limited time just for WTMJ fans. It's just $8.50 a day with cash payment when you mention WTMJ. To get terrific valet parking at this amazing rate, make your required parking reservation today. Call 414-747-1000 or visit execpark.com and tell them you're a fan of WTMJ.
Time to get your furnace ready to work this winter. Vince Vitrano here with my HVAC guy, Ryan Sopa at Urban Heating and Cooling. Ryan, you're doing furnace tune-ups now.
Correct. We're starting to do furnace maintenance, making sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming cold weather.
You do all that for less than $100. You can save big, though, if you spend that money up front, right? Make sure this thing is good.
Correct. I mean, if we come in there and do a maintenance on your furnace, so it can help prevent major breakdowns for the next season.
Thanks, Ryan. Contact them now at urbanheatingandcooling.com. urbanheatingandcooling.com.
Streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. It's fairly obvious they were inspired by Hasseless mattress. Hasseless showrooms are employee-free, plus unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic, plus free next-day delivery, plus 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Maybe we should change our name to Hasseless Plus. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
I'd like you to listen to a little question and answer session with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, why James?
I do feel like that we are partnered, again, as opposed to being sold to.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
If I need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
That works for you and the business, right, Preston?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to worry about it.
Plus, there's IT-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems.
I've got information that I can then go to my superiors with and say, hey, here's how we could save a little bit of money.
And
then I kind of look like the hero, too.
Want to be the hero in your office? Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Why settle for just a job when you can have a career in the exciting automobile industry? The Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee new car dealer members have service technicians, sales, administrative, and management positions available now. The first word in career is car, and one of the best places to find a great career opportunity is at an Adam member new car dealer.
For current great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com/jobs. That's ADAMM.com/jobs.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Sunny and warm today, a high of 82 in Wisconsin. Thank you for joining us on the Fox World Travel Show. Rose Gray and Dayton Kane with you, taking your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. So I see that there is Loyal to Royal cruise sale going on.
Yeah, so you don't want to miss this. Royal Caribbean is really pulling out all the stops on a new beach club on Paradise Island. If you've ever cruised the Caribbean with Royal Caribbean, you are probably aware of the Perfect Day at Coco Cay. That's kind of been a theme and a commercial and an ad for a really long time. Well, that now has prompted them to do it again, but this time it's in Nassau in the Bahamas. And the name of the Paradise Island is the Royal Beach Club. And it's going to open in December of 2025. So it's their newest, boldest, and most epic excursion. So that day, you're not going into a port. You're just bobbing around out in the water, and then they tender you. I think this one actually does have piers, as a matter of fact. And it's a single day, and there's 3 different neighborhoods. So there's Party Cove, there's Family Beach, and there's Chill Beach. So you kind of get a vibe for what each one of those is going to be like. There's pools and swim-up bars. So you're like at an all-inclusive resort, but you got off the cruise ship to do this. And you pay one flat fee, and there's different levels. Do you want to have an alcohol included level? Do you want a non-alcoholic included level. So everything you want, just like if you were at an all-inclusive, waiters walking around and serving you and all that kind of thing.
Awesome.
So it's going to be really, really cool for any itinerary that includes Nassau. That's what's going to be
And that's their
happening.
own island? They own it?
Yep, just like
That's
they own
crazy.
They own Coco Cay. Now they own Paradise Island. And so your day pass is going to give you everything you need. Like I said, the refreshments and the Wi-Fi and the towels and 2 beautiful, beautiful beaches and 3 beautiful, beautiful pools. And it's just an interesting concept for people who are big cruisers and maybe have done just about everything. Like we've done all these ports of call. I've got to come up with something new. This is, I think, a kind of a cool day pass type situation.
Loyal the Royal Cruise Sale going on this Monday, September 29th through October 10th. 73%, up to 73% of public rates, over 3,000 cruises, onboard credits, special dining, spa credits, all kinds of stuff going on.
Right, and a lot of this comes from 2 things. First of all, our relationship with Royal Caribbean. Definitely one of the vendors that was at our event last week, John Grutzner, our representative, was there, and always a very popular table because Royal Caribbean is a very, very popular cruise line, sailing right now the biggest ship on the seas, in addition to many others in their fleet. And it's a family-friendly cruise line. We sell a ton of it. And so that helps us have a relationship where we can get things to give to you, like you said, dining options and shipboard credits and things like that. But also because we have the relationship through Signature Travel, which is the consortium that we belong to, we also get perks and benefits. So we can beat, for the most part, anything you can find out there because of those relationships.
Okay, and this is good for multi-generation families if they want to go, or
Absolutely.
Is this good for kids? What?
Absolutely. Now think about what that day pass could be like. So you got Party Cove, you got Family Beach, and you got Chill Beach. So you all go your separate ways, or you all stay together, and you got DJs, and you got endless island eats, and you got everything going on that would make a family happy. Or go over to the Chill Beach where there's not going to be pounding music and things like that, and you can just relax. So,
Best of all worlds.
It is the best of all worlds, and that's what Royal Caribbean really is trying to be. So check them out. And you do know that we also have that cruise finder on our website.
Mm-hmm.
We played around with that when we first introduced it, and we found out how to filter so that we get down to, we want a 7-night cruise in the Eastern Caribbean in the month of February. And every time you filter, you're getting a more refined search. And pretty soon you can start doing it. But if you want the help of somebody, which who wouldn't, you then say, you know what I found on your Set Sail to New Horizons search cruise engine? I found this. Can you help me with it?
Yeah, starts Monday, so make sure you're ready for that. Caribbean, Mediterranean, Alaska included in there too. So if you're looking for a cruise, this is a time to look into it. Let's take your calls and texts when we come back. 855-616-1620. It's a Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, John Mercure here. I am so done with those tangled holiday lights. That's why I'm super impressed with the permanent lighting solutions from Landworks, Wisconsin. Their team installs a discreet professional system that can make your home shine for any holiday, game day, or season with the touch of a button. And their commitment to year-round beauty is what Landworks is all about. It's in their custom-designed patios, stunning garden renovations, and attention to detail. It's Landworks, Wisconsin. They'll take care of you. They'll make you shine. Check it out at landworkswisconsin.com.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 6.25 to 15.75 ounce selected varieties, Frito-Lay Doritos, Sun Chips, Ruffles, or
Tostitos dip, 2 for $7. 24 pack selected varieties Pure Life water, $3.99. 14 ounce or 3 count selected varieties Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4.5 to 5.3 ounce selected varieties Chobani Flip Greek yogurt, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
George Ezra.
Nice. You know that. Great artist, great song. Budapest by George Ezra. Look at you. Let's go to the phones. Ed in Greenfield on at 855-616-1620. Good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. Royal Caribbean is one of the 2 cruises that offer dialysis at sea. Can I book that through Fox World Travel?
You can book the cruise through Fox World Travel, but we would have to book the dialysis at sea portion of that directly through Dialysis at Sea, not Royal Caribbean.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And you know what? That is a great call because we don't talk about that too much. But you can book Dialysis at Sea, and they will provide a dedicated medical staff, the equipment, and the supplies to conduct the hemodialysis on selected Royal Caribbean sailings. So not every itinerary, because it's too difficult probably in some of the places that they sail, but you book it through Dialysis at Sea. You pay directly to Dialysis at Sea. They provide a renal care specialist team. They have dialysis nurses. They have the onboard facilities that takes place in the ship's infirmary. Okay. So you just go do your dialysis on ship and away you go. So it's one of those things that makes it possible for some people who thought I can never cruise again to cruise. So it's kind of a cool offering.
And that brings up an interesting conversation, I guess. So are there other things out there like that that help people that maybe have some restrictions get onto a cruise?
Yep. So think about a scooter. You know, one of those, it's very hard to fly with those. So if you're driving to your cruise port, no problem. But if you're flying to your cruise port, one of those electric scooters is difficult to travel with.
Right.
And we have companies we can recommend that will get you a scooter to the cruise ship. You use it actually to the entire stay on the ship, and then when it's done, you just leave it there and they come back and pick it up.
So that's typically they drop that at port?
Oftentimes you can pick it up at port so that you can use it in the boarding process
Sure,
at will.
right. Because that's got to be one of the harder parts, right? Getting up to the boat and getting to your room. And
Yep, exactly. And so although Fox can't book it through the cruise line, we can give you the information to book it. And so again, it's one of those hurdles or challenges that we can help you overcome so you can, in fact, continue to cruise. Because remember, cruising took a pretty big hit during COVID.
Yeah.
Why? That's where we discovered it, right? Remember that princess ship that was stranded forever, I think, off of Japan? So a lot of people were staying away from that for a very long time. Well, that's not the case anymore. We are seeing the major cruise lines building ships. I think I did a segment with Mercure a couple of months ago. I think there was 16 new ships coming out between 25 and 26.
Why do you think that is?
Because people see the value in cruising. People love that one price tag. They love that. All right, so every meal is included. You can buy drink packages if you are so inclined. Yes, you are going to have to pay for excursions, but you have an idea of what your trip is going to. Nobody likes surprises. Nobody likes that great big bill at the end of a trip that you weren't expecting. So I think that's one of the reasons. And I think because cruise lines are going to such wonderfully vast and diverse itineraries now. I mean, you can, if there's water, you can get on a cruise ship.
Sure, including the Great Lakes.
Oh my gosh, the Viking people. I love the fact that we're even looking at building a new port for them, because I was very fortunate last summer to be able to board one of those expedition ships that Viking has that does the Great Lakes. And then in winter, they go off and they do the either North Pole or South Pole, basically. But yeah, we're so blessed to have that. And so if there's water, you can find a way to cruise it.
So this Loyal to Royal sale that kicks off on Monday, can I book on cruises for this coming winter already, or is this further down the road?
No, there are some deals left out there yet for 2025. And so it's just a matter of sorting through and finding what is still left. As you can imagine, with Easter April 5th this year, or this upcoming year, those weeks around the spring break time are going to be very, very booked.
Okay. So let's tell people what Fox World Travel all does.
For sure. So if you check out our website, which I'm so incredibly proud of. In fact, as I was waiting to get into the studio today, I was sharing my website with a lady who was talking travel with me. It's foxworldtravel.com. And that Dayton will attest to the fact that that thing is updated all the time.
Yeah.
The pictures, the graphics, the layout, the user-friendliness of it are astonishing. And when you go to that website, you are going to see that we do business travel, we do meetings and incentives, and we do vacation travel. And within vacation travel, we have a destination weddings team, and we also have what we call Fox Group Vacations, which is something that Dayton is very now acquainted with, because you're going to be going on one of those yourself.
Yeah, we leave Thursday for Italy. I can't wait.
Yeah. And
everybody that I've talked to about Italy says it's their favorite place they've ever been.
I think that's why it's a repeat. And here's the thing. You are seeing the best of Italy. That might even be the name of the group, as a matter of fact, because we've packaged it in such a way that we're making sure you're seeing the best of the best. But then you're going to go, now I want to go way far north, or I want to go way far south, or your itinerary probably doesn't include Cinque Terre.
No.
And you might say, yeah, you know what? I want a taste of that. Or I want to go spend some time on the Amalfi Coast. Or now I want to see Sicily, or whatever it might be. So you're going to love it. You know what? That's one itinerary that I never have any trepidation or misgivings about recommending to anybody, because it's pretty darn amazing.
When we come back, more of your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. Now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Sean Brinda. Good morning, Sean.
Morning, Dave. A listeria outbreak has been tied to frozen packaged meals. The USDA Food Inspection Service says 12 ounces of clear plastic tray packages labeled market-side linguine with beef meatballs and marinara sauce sold at Walmart, and packages of Trader Joe's Cajun-style blackened chicken breast fettuccine Alfredo may be contaminated with the bacteria. The USDA urges people who have bought any of these items in the past few weeks to throw them out immediately. For more information regarding the listeria outbreak can be found on our website at WTMJ.com. And a jury finds a police officer from Waukegan, Illinois, guilty of beating a civilian. Waukegan officer Dante Salinas was charged with felony misconduct after he punched Angel Salgado during an improper arrest back in 2019. Prosecutors say Salgado was in his yard when Officer Salinas, who was not responding to a call, stopped his car, got into an argument with Salgado, then tried to arrest him, punching him multiple times in the face in the process. Salinas now faces charges in the shooting death of another man from October of 2020. And decision, Wisconsin, one candidate drops out of the Wisconsin governor's race. Republican businessman Bill Barron leaves the race just after 11 weeks. He claimed that his campaign was gaining traction. Then a report published in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel painted a salacious and sensational picture of his character, making it hard for his campaign to continue. The reporting showed that he unfollowed several online accounts tied to explicit content. The means on the Republican side, it's just now Congressman Tom Tiffany and Washington County Executive Josh Shulman. And on the Democratic side, candidates include Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, State Representative Francesca Hong, State Senator Kelda Roys, beer vendor Ryan Sternad, and former Assemblyman Brett Husley. All right, taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. We've got a couple of incidents on the road. I-41, US 45 south, 0.4 miles beyond the right from Capitol Drive. The right shoulder is blocked due to a crash. Over on the I-94, we have a disabled vehicle on the exit to 25th Street and Clybourne Street from I-94 west. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin.
Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday's going to be mostly sunny and warm with a high of 82 degrees. Tonight's going to be clear with a low of 61 degrees. Sunday's looking to be sunny and beautiful with a high of 74 near the lake and 80 degrees inland. Monday's going to be sunny and warm with a high of 80 degrees. Tuesday's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 75 near the lake and 80 degrees inland. Wednesday's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 69 and a low of 58 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 67, in Green Bay, it's 63, in Waukesha, it's 66, and right here in Milwaukee, it's 63 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:33.
What a year.
Can you count to 14? And the Brewers are the first team in Major League Baseball in 2025 to 90 wins. They've won a third consecutive National League Central Division championship.
The Brewers close out the regular season against the Reds in Milwaukee. Our Brewers game day coverage starts tonight at 5 with Brewers Warmup. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
It was always said about Milwaukee Brewer legend Jim Gantner that he played the game the right way.
God gave me the talent to play baseball, but it's up to me what I want to do with it.
It's just such an exciting partnership for us at Big Fish Contracting. I'm thinking there's a chance if you sign up with us, Jim Gantner may be dropping off a tube of caulk at your house.
Shingles, whatever.
See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
You can find the Fox World Travel Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray, 855-616-1620. If you have questions, get them in. Like this one. We were talking about scooters. Somebody said, can you use a scooter on an Egyptian pyramid tour?
Yeah, and so Dayton brought up a good point. It's the terrain around the pyramids in Giza is pretty uneven, and it's a bit of a walk to get from where the tour buses drop you off to the actual pyramids themselves. And I had never seen a scooter before, but while we were on break, I Googled it, and a couple different companies popped up as four-wheeled portable mobility scooters that are available for hire in Giza. And so I think the reason it's not as common as one might think is because you have to let them know exactly when you're going to arrive. So you would have to make arrangements with the tour company that you're using to say, we will be arriving at fill in the blank, and then that company can be there. So I believe it's probably somewhat expensive, and I believe it's tricky with regard to timing. But it looks to me, as I said, I saw 4 or 5 different sites. One was called Rabbit Mobility, and one was called KIW Ride. So they're e-scooters, and you can get them in major cities like Cairo and Giza.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they're not like the little 3-wheeled scooter you're used to.
No.
They had to be a little heftier.
I would say
to
so.
get over the terrain that you're
exactly.
doing.
That's what I'm thinking. So I think it can be done, probably advisable for people who have some mobility issues. But I will tell you this, too. On the several times I've been to Egypt, those tour directors and the sweeper, the guy that's following behind the group for safety reasons, they are also very, very aware of the limitations of the guests and are always there with a helping elbow and are willing to let you hold on to them to get over some terrain that might look kind of sketchy.
Another text came in that asks if there's recourse if your cruise ports are changed from what was planned.
Yes, so this particular texter is referencing Nice, France is trying to eliminate or ban big ship cruises. So then CLIA, which is the International Cruise Line association that people belong to, stepped in and was trying to get that overturned. And I don't know that it has been 100% outlawed, but that brings up a very interesting, and so then I, again, had the wherewithal to quickly look at the news and see what's going on. Some Royal Caribbean ship captain just ignored the order and went in anyway in July. So that brings up a very good question, though. What happens if your port is missed for a number of reasons? Oftentimes it could be weather.
Too dangerous to dock.
It's just not going to work. We can't get there. There's a couple of big storms right now, right? If you're watching the weather, so it's not safe right now. So that's one thing about cruising. They can find an alternate port if they've got time and they know what's going to happen. They have docks and piers in many other places in the area, or you just spend a day at sea. And sometimes there is some kind of reimbursement for that. Not always, though, because it's force de jour. It's a fact of nature. Yeah. It's, there's nothing much we can do about it. I also noticed that there sometimes is a political or a business-related reason. Now the small ships are trying to get into Nice and take over because I think they limited it to 2,000 or 2,500 passenger ships. And that's still kind of a sizable ship for the Mediterranean. But Viking Cruises and Virgin Cruises and some of those smaller cruise lines are saying, hey, we'll take your spot. We'll bring the guests in there. So, but yeah, you usually have some recourse, but sometimes it's just a matter of something they couldn't do anything about. And they try to make your stay on board as pleasant as possible or come up with an alternate port.
Text FWT to 855-616-1620 and get the link for Steve Scaffidi's trip because we're having to give stuff back on Monday. This is it. We need to get in on this.
It was supposed to be done on Friday, and so we please, Apple Vacation. We had a lot of interest in it at the show. We know there are some people that are still talking to their advisors about it, and so they said, okay, 4 p.m. Central Time, hard stop. You're releasing your rooms back.
And where are you guys going?
So it's Secrets the Vine, and it's a wonderful resort. Can you imagine the pressure on me, Dayton, when Steve Scaffidi, after all these years, has finally agreed to go to an all-inclusive in, heavens forbid, Mexico? And now,
that's him talking, not you.
Yes, him. So when we start talking, right, this is years ago when I first met him, he said, Mexico? Who'd want to go to Mexico? And my response was, Vegas? Who wants to go to Vegas? So we had that conversation. And then as we got to know each other a little bit better, I understand Steve a little bit better, we could have the conversation, what's your problem with Mexico? What? Yeah. I said, Jamaica, okay. Punta Cana, okay. Yeah, just didn't want to go to Mexico. So I know Steve and Kathy now. I know their travel desires. I know how they like to travel. When you travel with Fox, you're often traveling in style, right? So I said, let's figure something out. So I wanted to be in the heart of Cancun. I didn't want to be in the Riviera Maya because that's a different vibe. That's whatever. I want him to be able, he wants to learn about Cancun.
Sure.
He wants to learn about the city. So you're on the strip. You're on Kukulkan Boulevard, the big strip, basically the Cancun strip. And then I started looking at resorts and I felt like, okay, how am I going to showcase this amazing place by choosing one of the best resorts I can possibly come up with? And Secrets the Vine is wine themed. Now, it doesn't mean that, oh my gosh, they don't have beer, they don't have pina coladas, because they definitely do. But they do have some wine tastings and they have some sommelier-led wine experiences and things of that nature. And so I love it. It's chic, it's contemporary, it's sleek, it's modern, private balconies, 3 infinity pools, gourmet restaurants, and no wristbands. That's the beautiful
nice,
thing about
actually.
it. For those of you who ever done an all-inclusive, that's kind of it's not a big deal, right?
Not huge,
but it's just annoying,
huge, but-
kind of annoying.
How do you prove you were at the all-inclusive then if you don't have the suntan where your band was?
Exactly. So we're going to have a private cocktail party, and anybody that's ever traveled with Steve knows he's going to do Ask Steve Anything. He's going to do trivia. He's going to do some fun things and give some fun things away. And I get to travel with him on this upcoming Friday, and then we'll even talk more about all the different amazing restaurants, Asian fusion restaurants, and seafood restaurants, and all the things that they've got there. Complimentary Wi-Fi. There's a fitness center. Nonstop from Milwaukee in the middle of winter. Are you kidding me? So this is February 1 through February 8th. We have a few rooms left, a few seats on the nonstop aircraft left. Get them
now.
By Monday at 4:00, they're gone.
Text FWT to 855-616-1620. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered, Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based, Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Shop smarter with Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan, just a few seconds across the Wisconsin border. Award-winning, organically grown, quality products you can trust. Don't settle for knockoffs in Wisconsin. Get the real deal at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
How do you want your backyard to look? New deck, patio, shade area, pergola, fire pit, in-ground pool, outdoor kitchen, or all of it? Let Outdoor Living Unlimited design and build your space, and everyone will scream wow when they see your new backyard. Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's resourceful Waukesha showroom or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Are you looking for ways to give back to your local community? Use VolunteerWisconsin.org to find opportunities to volunteer your time with organizations making a difference near you. As we celebrate United Ways Month, we're also celebrating you. Visit VolunteerWisconsin.org or get in touch with your local United Way or Volunteer Center to find out more about local opportunities to get involved. VolunteerWisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Sunny, warm, 82 today. Going to be a beautiful weekend. Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray, 855-616-1620. If you have questions, you can text them or call in. This one says, I'm flying into Copenhagen on Thursday evening to take a Norwegian fjords cruise on the MSC Erubia. I will be renting a car to tour Sweden for a few days before. How easy is it to take public transportation from downtown where I'm dropping off the car to the cruise pier in Copenhagen?
I don't know. And if I was going to do that and I was dropping a car and now I have to get on a ship, I'm going to take a private transfer of some sort. It could be an Uber. It could be a cab. It could be already a prearranged. What I would be saying to the car company is, who do you recommend? How do you recommend I get to the cruise port?
Maybe they'd even take it.
They might. They
might have that
absolutely might.
service.
But I would just say, what are your recommendations? Because I don't know that as I'm about to board a ship that probably has a departure time, I would leave it up to chance. I would just have something worked out, either with the car company, or be thinking about in terms of Ubers or taxis. It can't be that far.
So when it comes to travel, how easy is it if you go somewhere to just walk into a rental car place and get a car?
I would never guts that in a million years.
Never.
Because you don't know what convention is going on in that particular town, in that particular day, that particular week. And they say all of our cars are gone.
And then you're stuck.
So I would never do that. Besides that, you have the wherewithal to shop around or use a travel advisor at Fox World Travel to help you shop around to find the best car rate. And there's so many nuances when you're renting internationally with regard to insurance.
Oh, yeah,
I
suppose.
So many people think, I've got that on my credit card. Yeah, for the U.S. you do. But did you check the insurance provided by your major credit card company? And does it apply to international? And does it cover everything? There's a difference between collision damage waiver and personal injury and accident and several theft. In Italy, it's mandatory in the big cities, especially Rome, that if you rent a car, you have to take theft insurance, because auto theft is so prevalent. Yeah, believe it or not. So there's so many things to consider. I wouldn't do that domestically though. Would you go someplace and hope you could rent a car? No.
So
I'm kind of
ahead.
I'm a planner.
We have to take our final break. 855-616-1620. If you have questions for Rose, there's only one opportunity left this week, so get them in. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
We get it. You're on the go, and life gets in the way. Stay up to date on all things WTMJ with podcasts of every show available on WTMJ.com. And don't forget you can stream WTMJ online and watch your favorite WTMJ shows on YouTube. Every show, when you want it, no matter where you are. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ.
You're what?
Making Thanksgiving dinner.
Why so early?
So I can serve a big family meal on the flay table from Penny Mustard.
Oh, I love the flay table.
Melt butter and add peanut butter.
The strong Midwest craftsmanship ensures family feasts for generations.
Mix in strained beets and mayonnaise.
What recipe are you making?
Recipe? What's a recipe?
The flay table, paired with 4 Kendall chairs, with your choice of fabric or leather, starting at $68.71 at Penny Mustard. Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago. PennyMustard.com.
Loyalty, family. Few things are more important. This is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi and Loyal Family Renovations. They saved the day after a brutal storm in Oak Creek. Hail damage, yeah, I had a lot of it. But Jeff, Jake, and the whole team, absolute pros, made the entire process smooth as can be. Let's be honest, not everyone knows how to deal with adjusters. They handled all the questions, quick answers, top-notch customer service. In just 2 days, my roof was done. If storm damage hits, call the team that made it easy for me. Loyal Family Renovations. Visit loyalfamilyrenovations.com.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Brewers offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Thank you for joining us this week. We appreciate that. Every Saturday from 9 to 10, it's the Fox World Travel Show on TMJ. Next week, Andrea, in for you, Rose?
Yeah, it's true.
Where are you going
Yes.
now?
So Steve and I are leaving for Sicily and Malta with a group of like 40 people on Friday. We're flying out Friday, and we will be back on the 16th. So we've got Andrea one week, and we've got Colleen one week, and you'll be gone as well. So
I'll be gone both those weeks in Italy, so I'll be above you, waving down like, well, you're in Sicily, we'll be in Italy. So
yeah,
that's gonna
exactly.
Be fun.
So somebody texted and said they're looking for availability on small ships in Germany. So I'm going to assume that means river cruises, because when I pulled up a map of Germany, I'm trying to see what ports would be on the very top up there by Denmark. So the rivers that are in Germany are basically the Rhine, the Danube, the Main, and the Moselle. And so that's kind of a castle-y, kind of a vineyard, kind of a, Christmas markets. Very popular there. The major cruise lines, Viking, Uniworld, Ama, Avalon, all have those in their repertoire. So, yeah, Rhine River, Danube, Main, Moselle, castles, wine, culture, all of the things.
So
use an expert at Fox.
I was going to just say that. So calling into this show is a great resource. It's fun to talk travel every week, but really you go to foxworldtravel.com and there's the Plan My Trip button in yellow or goldenrod as you call it. Click on that, fill out some information, and then Monday somebody gets back to you. What are your hours right now?
So right now we're 9 to 5, and we're just open Monday through Friday. It's seasonal. We get very busy in the winter because Wisconsinites want to get out of the cold. And so we do have Saturday hours then. But right now we're Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If you send in a plan to go type question, fill out the form, and then we have 2 people that sort through those on a daily basis and find the best person available. It might not only be the person who has the most knowledge, but it is also somebody who's got the time right now. So we would never say, oh, you have an inquiry and I'm going to give you to this expert who, by the way, is going to be gone for the next 2 weeks.
Right.
So they know their schedules and they know what their workload is right now. And so they can just say that's the right person. And so we've got, when you call 866-GO-FOX-GO, what I love is you do have the wherewithal to push number 2 if you just want to talk about cruises. And that could be big ship cruises, small ship cruises, that could be river cruises, that could be Viking ocean cruises, that could be Virgin Voyages, which is another small ship company, because we're hearing more people say, I want to go on a small ship. I'm not talking about a river cruise. I'm talking about an ocean cruise, but I want a small ship experience. So,
speaking of cruises, for those who weren't listening at the beginning of the show, there's a big Loyal to Royal sale starting on Monday.
That's exactly right. And when we partner with somebody like our good friends at Royal Caribbean, they give us some really nice perks and benefits that we can share with you. And so it's not something the general public has access to. It's just because of the relationship Fox and Royal Caribbean have. And so, again, go ahead and look on our website. We've talked about this great engine, this search engine that we have on our vacation page on our website that will help you narrow down what you're looking for. You want Mediterranean, you want European, you want Caribbean, you want whatever you want. And then it just, again, gives you a very refined search as we use that criteria to drill down to get which ships do what you want. So you're not looking at 300,000 itineraries out there. You're looking at something that's you're most interested in. And so cruising is coming back in full force. It has for the last several years. We're seeing a big uptick in it. So we've got our advisors trained and ready to go, and we've got people who will work with you because that's their specialty.
So when this sale starts on Monday, will I be able to book my own cruise right online if I want to do that?
You could. You absolutely could. And then that will go to somebody who will then make sure all the offers are being applied and all that kind of a thing. But I feel like a cruise is something that you may have to have a discussion with. You may have to have more discussion than that filtered search engine can provide. That can give you what you're looking for, but you might say, okay, I see two options here. Help me pick. How do I pick? What's the difference between Celebrity and Royal Caribbean? What's the difference between Holland America and Norwegian Cruise Line? Give me some more detail because you're the expert at Fox World Travel. You know these things.
Okay. Did you give away a lot of prizes last weekend?
Oh my gosh. Like so many, it's not even funny. And we made sure that last year you had to be there for the big prizes. This year you won a prize and you weren't there because the vast majority of people did actually come between 9 a.m. when we opened and 10:30 or 11 o'clock.
Sure.
And so we knew everybody wasn't going to stick around, although we did give a free EAA museum pass. And so lots of people took advantage of that. But we made sure that if you were a winner and we had some tangible thing that we had to get you, that we found out what your closest office was and we let you know that that prize is waiting for you at that office.
So next year, I'm assuming we're going to do something like this again.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know we've got to bring our show to Milwaukee probably too. So maybe something as grandiose as the EAA here in Milwaukee, and we know that could happen because there are places like that.
All right. Enjoy your trip.
Hey, and bon voyage to you and Tracy. Have the best trip ever. You are going to become the big, because this is your really first Fox group vacation.
Yeah. Well, to another country. We used to do all the all-inclusive stuff.
But Mexico and stuff like that. I mean, this is going to be your first real, you're going to come back. You are going to be our biggest cheerleader. I love it.
Annex Wealth Management in next.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands.